Jill, we should be doing the swearing in first, right?
Yeah.
Before we
Yes.
bring the meeting to order?
Well, we have to,
Oh,
We still have to call the meeting to order, right, or no? Do we call the meeting more after?
after they're sworn in,
After.
yeah.
You are self-appointed protector. Okay.
I'm just in a perfect position. Perfect.
Okay. Hi, Ms. Friends, would you like to come forward? You can swear in the new members?
Oh, you have to get sworn in too?
I do?
Yeah, because you ran in.
You
Do I have to sit
ran,
down
you
there?
got elected to heaven.
You gotta get sworn in?
You gotta go, buddy. You're like, oh yeah, that's right.
he's saying that again.
Should be old hat at this.
He holds the record.
Time sworn in.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of member
of the office of member
of the Board of Education
of the Board of Education
of Southgate Community School District,
of Southgate Community School District,
Because I'm
Wayne
already
County,
voted
Michigan,
to.
Wayne County, Michigan,
oppose them.
according to the best of my ability.
There's no.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
You get them after.
No backing out now.
That's it.
Okay, I'll call to order the Tuesday, January 8th, 2019 regular board meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Southgate's mission statement is learning for life. The vision statement is Southgate Community Schools, the best choice for students and parents. Okay, and so our first action is going to be the election of officers. The first position will be president. Do I have any nominations for board president?
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate yourself, Mr. Craig.
Okay, thank you. I accept that nomination. Are there any other nominations for president? Okay, seeing none, I'll call for the vote for Jason Craig for president. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Second position that we'll be doing is vice president. So do we have any nominations for vice president?
Mr. President, or I'd like to nominate Tim Estheimer.
Okay. Mr. Estheimer, do you accept?
Mr. President, I do accept the nomination. Thank you, Dr. Pamponia.
You're welcome.
Are there any other nominations for vice president? Okay, seeing none, I will call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Mr. Estheimer is vice president. Okay, the next position is secretary.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Dr. Pomponio for the office of Secretary.
Okay. Dr. Pomponio, do you accept?
Thank you. I accept, Mr. Green. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Pomponio. Any other nominations for secretary? Okay, seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Dr. Pomponio is secretary. And then treasurer is our last position. Are there any nominations for treasurer?
Mr. President,
Mr.
I'd
Green.
like to nominate Mr. Jason Koopser for treasurer.
Nominate Mr. Koopser for treasurer. Mr. Koopser, do you accept?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Are there any other nominations for treasurer? Okay, seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Mr. Koopser is treasurer, takes care of our election of officers. So the next thing we'll go to is the revisions or approval of the agenda. Do we need to revise the agenda?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to revise the agenda to eliminate the appointments that's listed on there with the bullet points.
Okay, so we're going to eliminate the appointments for Legislative Relations Network Chairperson, Liaison for MASB Information, Wayne County Association of School Boards, and Liaison to Southgate Recreation Department and City Council.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I have a motion for a revised agenda. Is there support?
Second.
That's supported by Mr. Koopser. Any discussion on the revision?
Mr. President, just like the viewing public to know that these positions have already been filled for more than a one-year term, so there really wasn't a need for that. So it's not like we're dismissing something or putting something off that we have to do later. Those positions are already been filled.
Correct. Okay. All right, thank you for that. Any further discussion? Okay, seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we have a revised agenda. All right, next is citizens' comments. The first one I have is Mr. Roush. I didn't realize you sat on the inside. Okay, Miss George.
Thank you very much. It's a great evening in the city of Southgate. I do want to congratulate the new school board members. I know you're not new, but it's a new term, and congratulate you and applaud you for your dedication. I know that the job that you do is not easy, and probably you don't get too many thanks. I do want to thank you for all your hard work. I'm looking forward to working with you as a city council member. If there's ever anything that I can assist you with, feel free to call on me at any time. And again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now you can go, Mr. Roush.
I mean, right. Again, congratulations. Some of you may know, I am the liaison to the city council, to the school board from the city council. A couple things that I want to tell you that's going on. First of all, we talked at the end of December. Many of you know that in November, the state of Michigan voted to legalize recreational marijuana. But one of the things that is tied to that is school funding. And we talked about it at the end of December. Believe it or not, they wanted, I think the administration kind of wanted us to do some kind of action on it, but our council chose not to, and we wanted more information. One of the city council members went to an MML meeting. I know that at least, that we were told that at least 30% of the funding will be tied to schools, which is a plus. My biggest problem with this whole thing, when they want to, because the administration wants us to tell the marijuana growers, sellers, whatever the case is, that they should not do it in Southgate. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that. I think we need to have more information about the whole thing. As you know, Southgate's kind of trapped when it comes to revenue coming in. More tax dollars, we aren't going to have anything. So if this is a way that we can fund more money coming into our schools, let's be honest with you. I just sat in a meeting in there, and you guys could use more funding just like the city of Southgate could. I did some research on my own. Quickly, I'll sum up. 271 cities in the state of Colorado, which was one of the first cities or states to pass it. There are 271 cities in Colorado. 70 of them actually have taken and are now selling marijuana of some sort. There are other cities that have chosen now that probably are kicking themselves because they're wishing they hadn't. $24 million extra goes into the city of Denver for marijuana growing or whatever they're doing. There was a small town with 5,800 residents. Their budget originally was $8 million, and now it's 10.5. So they're getting $2.5 million, and that's with a city of only 5,800. So the state has not done any of their work yet. They're still laying out all the plans. So my thinking on it as a liaison or as a representative to the council, as well representative of the city council and to the residents, that we need to make sure all of our ducks in a row before we just say no. To me, we don't know what it's going to. And the biggest thing that I've read is that if your city says no, and they do not let anything come into your city, whether it's growers or sellers or anything, they can say no to your financing as well. So you could almost be cut out of it. I'll be honest with you, I'm not agree with that. If there's a chance for us to get some revenue, and is there going to be problems? Of course there's going to be. But that's with every good, there's always bads. They weigh out, okay? But I think that if from a standpoint as a city council member, and I know I've talked to a couple of my other council members too, we're all in agreement that this is something that we want to make sure that we cross all the i's, dot all the t's, everything before we say no to something. Because it's what we need to make sure, if this can bring more funding to the schools or into our city, it's something that we need to look at. So that's something that we're still looking at. We haven't cut it out. There can be stipulations. We're learning that now, where it can be, you can say where it can go, how many you can. So there's lots of other avenues that we can put in place to help control it. And if that's what we have to do, me personally, that's what I think we need to do. But I just wanted you to know an update on that's what we're looking at. And I think in the next month or so, I'm sure Karen can tell you too, that we're probably going to be tackling this idea soon. It's one of the things that the council has brought up. We asked them to put it back. So hopefully either at our next meeting or the one after that, it's kind of something that we're going to look at. So hopefully we get all the information and we can have something in the future to tell you. Because to me, if it's financing that we can bring into the city, we need to look at it because there's no other revenue coming in. We're just not. People say all the time, how come Woodhaven can do this? Did you see all the nice things they're building? We don't have that opportunity here in Southgate. We're choked when it comes to land. So there's not a lot that's going to happen. So I just want to tell you, there's one other thing too that I need to bring up. As you know, some of you, I am the president of the Southgate Community Players, and we allowed, and I actually had to come to the school board and ask this, when we allowed to go onto your website there, just to enter into the internet at Davidson, we have we went to a brand new ticketing system. It's called Show Tickets for You, but because it's considered an entertainment website, it blocks it. And literally, all it is just to buy tickets. It's for someone to go on there and buy a ticket for a show. But I have to, in order to, a school board would have to go to, you guys would have to go to your, whoever does your computers and let them unblock that one website for us. So it's just something, it's literally, if anybody wants to go, it's Show Tickets, TIX, and the number 4 for you. And then it's the letter U.com. It literally is just our ticketing agent. You can buy a ticket to see a show. There's nothing. I mean, if a kid was on that site, buy a ticket. We're all for
Ask
it.
Ms. Pastor to follow up on that.
Yeah, because and that's all. Because when we go to load it, we were at our last show. We're like, oh no, it wouldn't, and it kept blocking.
They don't let us anywhere near the computers.
Yeah,
so.
but you have to. But you guys probably would have to be the ones to say yes. We can. They'll let them unblock that, or she would. Somebody.
That's what
But
we paid Jill
if
to
someone can just look at it for us, because like I said, when we go to do a show, you can't buy a ticket at Davidson online because we can't get to the site.
Show Tix, TIX.
Yep. Show Tix, TIX, and then it's the number 4 and the letter U.com. And if you have a problem with it, you'll just message me and I can figure out for sure. But that's all it is. It's just a ticketing agent for us to sell our tickets online. That's all it is.
follow up.
Okay. All right. Thanks again and congratulations, guys.
Thank
Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak tonight? Okay, seeing none, we'll go ahead and close public comment. And then we're on to presentations. Ms. Pastor.
I like it. We'll change pace. So January is Board Appreciation Month, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for being board members. Thank you for representing the citizens that voted for each of you to represent them on the Southgate Board of Education. Thank you for representing the students of Southgate schools that need our continued effort to make Southgate schools the best choice for students and parents. I know that each of you dedicates hours to this work, and it is appreciated. I'm looking forward to working together to accomplish great things. I would like to present each of you a small token of thanks, and it comes with a bit of a challenge. I am hoping that you will help the economy and help our budget by not having us buy bottled water for you and bring instead your new Southgate Schools Board of Education mug that is not dishwasher safe. And Teresa will be bringing some pitchers of water that you could fill your lovely cups with each meeting. Again, thanks again, and I'll deliver one to each of you. And again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dishwasher safe.
Even though you're brand new, Mr. Lamas,
Thank you. I'll open it late.
Thank you.
don't forget the challenge.
Thank you.
Just for the record, I never take a water, Neil always gives it to me.
So we just pour this in there?
Yeah, just pour the bottled water in.
I've washed them for. That's why we didn't bring pictures, we didn't bring pictures of water today because we didn't have
Starting next meeting.
All right.
our next meeting.
Okay. All right, that takes us to the consent agenda, which consists of minutes from the December 18, 2018 meeting, disbursements for December of 2018, operational organization items, designation of depositories for district funds, designation of firms for interest-bearing instruments, and authorization to transfer deposits, designation of newspaper for publication of official notices, designation of legal counsel, designation of auditor, designation of superintendent, and director of business and finance to publish notes. Do I have a motion on the consent agenda?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
We have a motion by Dr. Pomponio. Is there support?
I'll support.
Supported by Mr. Koopser. Any discussion on the consent agenda? Anything we'd like to pull? Okay. Seeing nothing, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the consent agenda is passed, and we have no action items. Are there any employee representatives who would like to speak tonight? Okay, seeing none, we're on to information and announcements. Does anybody have information or announcements this evening? Dr. Pomponio.
Just a update on the Davidson project that the parents were doing for the new PTO. We wanted to update the bathrooms for the kids for inspirational quotes with to prevent bullying with the nice inspirational quotes. So we had some parents volunteer to paint over the holiday break. So we got the bottom level painted and primed and prepped and painted black. So the Tuttle Construction Group is going to come and do the inspirational quotes hopefully soon, but we still are going to continue the project, and I'll keep you updated when we complete the project. So thank you to the parents that volunteered.
Thank you very much. Mr. Estheimer.
I just wanted to welcome the students and staff back. Happy New Year. Also, I would like to welcome Mr. Lamas to the table and welcome Mr. Frias back. Congratulations, and look forward to serving with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other information or announcements tonight? Okay, seeing none. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn, Mr. President.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Estheimer. Is there support? Support. Supported by Mr. Green. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you very much.